Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Ugh. Everything is sticking onto me. What the hell is going on here? What? What's that? Oh, it starts out really nice, everyone. It starts out so good. I'm so prepared. I was prepared, I thought, but I've been again working my butt off trying to get a video out right before the stream. The problem is that, it's uploaded and by the way, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Jakob haQ Live. I'm sorry for the messy beginnings, startups in all of my streams. I've got my nuts here. Do you like my nuts? I love my nuts, I love putting my nuts in my mouth. They're so salty. Do you like salty nuts? Like, I love grabbing small nuts, putting them in my mouth, and chewing them to bits. Maybe I should stop with that now. Someone's gonna sample that and make it sound way horrible than it is. I'm sorry. Alright, enough talking about these nuts. No pun intended. No meme intended either. Either. That's my Swedish language that's shining through sometimes. You're trying to say either, but it becomes eater with a D. All right, I'm so messy today because I'm hungry and we ate too early, and normally I try to fix it so that I'm eating in time for me just being able to go on for 3 or 4 hours without any food, any sustenance in my stomach, for the stream and everything. But today we ate like 1 hour early, and that messes it up for me completely. My blood sugar falls instantly, and so, I have to feast on some nuts. So today we're gonna continue, with this track and see where we can go. And I'm you know what? I don't want this to go on for too long, the production of this thing. I want to actually get to some point where we can like mix and stuff. I'm gonna have to switch up my headphones when we do that, finally mix it, because I've been listening to this in some of my studio phones, because these are gaming phones and they don't sound good, and I really need to do a lot with the sound here. And I also think that maybe the kick in this track is sounding a bit weak, so we should strengthen that up. But I'm thinking that if we can't get to, like today, I want us to be able to put together like a 2-minute at least track, or at least 1.5 minute track, right? And then in the next one we can mix and we can master that. Now, I usually spend more than just 2 hours, like we're doing a stream, mixing and mastering stuff. But I can still tell you about some of the techniques I use. And remember, I'm not a mixing or mastering engineer at all. Even though I've been doing this so many years, it's not something I've been trying to hone. It's not skills I've been trying to hone at all. Most of the time, I don't even want to mix or master or anything like that. I leave that to the experts, and I'm not an expert at all. So you'll have to take what you get, basically. And even though I'm not an expert, I still learned some tricks about the way I want my music to sound. And, that could be useful to some. So let's just have a quick listening to this. ASMR nuts. You want some more? You want some more of my nuts? I mean, someone last time did actually suggest that maybe I should do a mukbang. The problem is, I can't really eat like that. I've seen some mukbang videos, and I got someone's nuts stuck in my teeth. I mean, I got some nuts stuck in my teeth. Now that's a line I would want to hear in a mukbang video. Maybe that's not a mukbang video. Maybe that's a completely different video. That doesn't sound like a video I want to see. Let's just have a listen to this real quick. Anyone remember this? He's a smacker too. I smack my things all. I smack everything. All right, so that's what we got so far, and when we are at that point, we're like 35 seconds in, and that's not much. Smack my nuts up. Yeah, you're right about that. All right. So last time we did actually sample some sounds from Skid, and I don't think we ever got around to like listening to that, what we actually made, or put it in here. But we need to do something more now because something needs to happen in this track. We need to have it like a constant beat, so we should do that. Well, we do have that already, I think. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. We already have that. But do we have any hi-hats? Where did all those sounds go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This can't be good. Oh man, I think I accidentally did. Okay, I accidentally deleted the things. I think we had hi-hats here. Let me just have a quick look. Audio. There. Didn't we have that? Where are they? Yeah, of course we did, and I did export them, so we're good with that too. All right, all right. Wrong channel. I think that's the wrong channel too. Okay, I'm confused. We should have a snare here. Yeah, that's right. We did have everything set up in a project. But we did export everything. That's what we did. So sample or shaker or kryddburk. Kryddburk. Add a different kick, a B section, a tambourine. You really want a tambourine in this? That could work. You know, we have that app called, what is it? Like Klevgrens Produktions, Skaka-appen. I think we could use that. Skaka. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Shaky, shaky. Alright, so we do have some drums over here. We're gonna try adding some other stuff, of course. Like a shaker and a tambourine like Uncle Tom there. I think it was Uncle Tom who suggested that. Now, by the way, the video I've been working on, that I've been uploading, you know, it's not published yet. I need to check it through, and I'm gonna publish it probably after I'm done with this live stream. Now, you remember how I said I was gonna make this documentary about Agonizer synth and its production. The problem is that script and that video, it grew to such a large size that I would need to make like a 2-hour video. And I don't want to do that. Smacky, smacky. This reminds me of, have y'all ever seen any of those review channels where people sit in their cars reviewing food? There's this guy called Joe. He usually has the camera a little bit too close to his face when he's eating, but he makes these really weird noises when he eats. Like, it's beyond smacking. It's way beyond smacking. It's I don't know what to call it. It ain't as ASMR, I can tell you that. It's interesting. You should go watch some videos of him. Joey something, food reviews something, I don't know. Okay, so let's copy. Where is that? Crash Apocalypso. We still have that thing because we're using it over here. Which one is that? That's, oh yeah, that's that one. And the sweepy. I want to look at the stuff that we haven't used yet. Skedaddle. Oh, Crash Skedaddle. Skedaddle. Have you used that? Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that the bass I couldn't tune properly? I think it is. Let me just have a listen to this. Wait. Okay. I don't remember us making that sound, but what the... It's a nice sound. I really like that. You know what? Let's try to get you a little bit closer to the action here, and I'll try to do that. And we're in the corner now. Is that a little bit close? Is that close enough for you? I'm trying to solve the situation with the camera for the future. I want something where we can actually, you know, zoom in a little bit. Something I could use like a controller off camera, where I can just have my hand on there, and whenever I want to zoom in, I just push this one button and it always zooms into the same, you know. That would be so nice, because I'm so tired of this webcam looking so blurry. We're gonna copy this section and put that here. We're building a track, everyone. Once again, the part 3 of this series for the poll won. You know, like a landslide win, 43% of the votes. I'm just afraid that the people who want something else, that they're gonna get bored, you know, with time. That's why I don't want to continue with this forever, so that we can do other stuff, you know. That would be really, really, really nice. I just use a cheap capture card to grab iPad via HDMI. Joshua, what kind of a computer are you capturing to? Because the only like desktop laptop thing I have is a laptop. It's a MacBook from 2013. Hello Rustic. Hello Captain, my captain. Hello Pascal. So Joshua, are you using something newer or something older? Because I'm limited with this old gear, and I can't really put money into a PC right now or anything else, you know, to do just streaming with, which would be absolutely good and perfect if I could, because then I could just focus on that. I like it. I like it. I like that. But we're gonna mess with that a little bit. Noisy thing. I don't know what that is, but it sounds good to me. Let's do another one. Let's do 4 of these, you know. We're gonna filter it. It's gonna sound really interesting. Maybe we'll put some stuttering on there or something. I have turned it off. I don't have a higher PPE than this. Oh, come on. I wish we had like a desktop quality PPE, you know, resolution to really go in and cut files. Sometimes you have to cut in the middle of a... Oh, I don't like that. I wish I had some more fine adjustments. Those are some of the limitations of working on iOS, you know. I kind of miss desktop sometimes and DAW because of that. Just being able to really focus and zoom right in on a sample. Really find the true beginning of a sample. Let's use a bandpass filter, see what that does. Whoa! Joshua, is that like a newer iMac or an older iMac? iMac. Do you mean one of those where like it's all built into the screen? One of those things? That's the kind of iMac you mean? Like those, they used to sell them in like a bunch of colors. Let's start the alarm over again. Hey mom, I dropped my nuts. I hate it when I drop my nuts. Do you ever drop your nuts? I drop my nuts all the time. It's the worst, having to pick up your nuts from the floor. Especially when you have someone sitting beside you. You're putting nuts into your mouth and nut drop to the floor. You have this person beside you looking at you oddly while you fondle with your nuts, just trying to pick them out. It's awful. We need some bass for this. Oh no, I can't believe I did that. I filtered the wrong channel. Wait a minute. Duplicate and delete that and delete that down here and delete this one. Okay, now it's separated. Now we go back up here. We remove this filter because it's not supposed to be there. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna cut this one up and see if we can do something with this just for the base. It's kind of a soft start to that one, right? Let's have it a little bit there. You're probably typing a lot in the chat right now, and I'm unable to answer you because I can't see it. I'll get with you in a little while here. I just need to get something going. I don't want it to be like last live stream where I was just messing around for 30 minutes and nothing happened. Nope. Let's just put in a bunch of these and it will either have to break or work. Salty chocolate balls. Isn't that like South Park or something? Chef, South Park. My salty chocolate balls. My salty balls. Balls. It's very boring, and the last one kind of sounds weird. We're gonna have to do something to it. Right now it just sounds like meh. Hello Fernando. Manuel, Radio del Mundo. Hola, Dan Ramirez. Manuel Cartagena. We got my dad in here too. Like, everybody's here. Hello and welcome everyone. And I'm sorry for being a little bit boring right now. Don Ramirez, I'm sorry for not clearing that message. That's the best thing I've ever seen, you know. I once sat on one of my nuts. You know, I have a whole bowl of them. So I've sat on nuts many times. Like I said, I drop my nuts a lot, so I sit on them a lot. Hello Baseline, aka Klangattentat. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Corona fingers. Sorry. You should not be touching your fingers and your face at the same time. I love that clip online, by the way. This woman, and she's like talking about what not to do during Corona times. And one of the things she says is avoid touching your face, you know? And then in the next clip, she basically licks her fingers to turn the page. And I just, love it. Every time. I could watch it on repeat, like for hours. Just so much enjoyment in that. Damn, it's salty. Salty. Oh, nuts might not be the best thing to eat when you're streaming. Okay, so much better. So much better. That was much better, by the way. Okay, so let's loop that. We need to do something with this. We need something. Let's try to stutter it or something. Brambos, where are you when I need you? Perforator. And let's distort that. Maybe a bit too much. Okay, I like that. Hola, pinche. Pinche. Huh? Huh? Who said that? Pinche. Pinche, pinche. Pinche, pinche, pinche. Oh, Dan Ramirez. Hello, Dan. You're trying to get me to say weird things, aren't you? I'm waiting for someone to come in here. You know, after my last video when I where I did the one about polyvox or polyvox, as you kind of pronounce it in Russian, I think. I'm waiting for Russians to come into the stream and start typing stuff and having me translate it. And when I do that live, it's gonna be like the most horrifying stuff you've ever heard about. I'm What's about the hereditary rabbit? Oh, it's a nut habit. It's not a nutty rabbit. I can't. He's eating the nuts without salt. He's eating nuts without... No, there's lots of salt on my nuts. I only eat the saltiest of nuts. I'm a gamer. I love salty nuts. Is it possible to enable lock grid in Cubases? Because I don't like that millimeter work when I move the clips or duplicate it. It sometimes gets small spaces between... small spaces between the clips and destroy the rhythm. I know, baseline. I know. As far as I know, I don't think there is. You have you have this, and that's pretty much it. I haven't seen like any new lock features or anything added like that. I mean, you basically have to set it yourself, and that's it. And then use quantize. You know, that's what I always do. I set it to one I set it to one setting when I want to move stuff finally, and then when I'm done, I usually set it back to where I want it, usually in bars or like half bars, and then I just hit quantize if I do something. That's weird if I move stuff around, but yeah, I know it's really annoying. I wish it had some more intelligent features for that, so you wouldn't have to deal with mini spaces. Like you said, it messes up the tempo and rhythm sometime. Like genetic, inherited, hereditary. Oh, I'm so stupid. Now I know what you mean. I read it wrong. I would never say salty nuts to my mother. I think my mom loves salty nuts too. Now that sounds so bad coming out of my mouth. It sounds bad, but I am. I mean, I'm sure she likes nuts. I don't think my dad liked nuts, you know? I think he's allergic to them. And if I eat too many, it kind of like itches a little bit in my throat. So I can't eat like a bag because that's usually bad. But I'm not like really sensitive to them, even though some people are. I was on a bus once where a guy was opening a bag of nuts, and a lady from the back of the bus started screaming at him, like, stop the bus, throw out the bag. Some people are so allergic, they really do get, like, she was getting red in her face. Imagine being so allergic that someone opens up a bag, and when whatever that fragrances thing, you know, going up into the air hits your face, you start looking like the inside of this thing here. You start going red, and then you swell up. That's got to be horrible. I mean, nuts are everywhere. Oh no, Pete Kowalski. I'm too afraid of translating that. I'm letting YouTube take care of that. I can see that it's Cyrillic, and even though I can read some of the stuff, I still can't. I still don't know what it is I'm reading, because I don't know what the words mean. I like that. I really like that. I really like that. All right, so let's try to copy all of that again over here and try to do something more about that. With that, I mean, I'm sorry. Ain't no sunshine in the city. I just want to try one thing here. If we go in here and we just try to reverse this stuff. Oh, that's not gonna do much, of course. Why did I think that? Of course, yeah, because what's actually making it sound like that is the distortion effect. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I thought it was the sound that sounded like that, but of course I did that because I put distortion on. Now, for anyone not knowing what the hell I put on there, it's called grind. It's a distortion effect made by audio damage. It's pretty insane what you can do with it. It's what do you call it? An convolution? No, it's a special form of distortion, and it has so many different modes and algorithms and way of doing stuff. It's a pretty sick distortion plugin. It's very different from what you get with, for instance, if you're using Saturn by FabFilter. So I wouldn't really compare those two. Some people have asked me about that. Should I get grind or Saturn 2? The distortion algorithms sound completely different from one another, and this one is way more digital in its distortion. You can get like hot distortion from grind, but yeah, it sounds very digital to me. But I like the digital sound of it because it sounds like really harsh. Thank you, wavetable distortion. That's what it is. Wavetable distortion. It says wavetable right on it. No, it doesn't, Joshua. You're absolutely wrong. I don't see it. You know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna we're gonna export this so that we can remove this plugin. So I can keep being right. Did it say that really? Are you serious? Well, you're still wrong. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do, and I gotta do this. So, sorry, you're wrong. I'm just gonna export it right now because I feel like that's the best it can get. Export that. Where did that come from? Huh? Where is it now? Oh, come on. Wait, what do we call this project again? Is it that? Let's do that again. Oh, come on. Jakob, vad håller du på med? Seriöst alltså, vad fan är det här för någonting? Va? Alright, I've shut down the reverb. I've made sure to solo the track, and now we should be having this. There we have it clean. Yes, it's clean. It's clean like a whistle, like a baby's toe. Clean like it's whistling like a baby's toe. I don't know how that saying goes, but I think it's like along those lines. I'm just gonna remove this, and we're gonna add a new track. Everything is baked in. That weird effect that turned out to be a wavetable distortion thing is gone. Ooh, look at that beautiful. That's a beautiful little sample there. You know what? This thing right here, I think this one needs a little bit heating up actually. No, not that one. This one. It's already hot. But we could actually need let's use that. I know what we should use. I know what we should use. And I can't find it. I know exactly what we should use. Okay, let's start over here. It's right here. I know it is. Okay, I hate this about Cubases. I just want to be able to search, you know, to type in the name and get it. There. Oh, here we are. Here we are. It's from Klevgren Produktion. It's called Reamp. There we go. You know, there's too much of a bass tone in there that I don't like, and it's around 200 hertz or something. Listen to this. You hear that? There's so much of that body there. I'll remove a little bit of that. Like... It ain't much, but when we do that, we're not getting that like that tone just killing the audio. And plus, the snare drums usually lie around here, so I'm giving it some space. Now I'm completely killing off that frequency there, and if you do that too much in a bass sound, it might actually end up sounding hollow. So you should be careful, and that's a problem I always have when I filter off stuff around 200 hertz. It's very easy to make stuff sound hollow and weird, unless you're doing car competitions, because then you kind of want to remove a little bit around here and just have the absolute lowest and absolute highest in your sounds. I've seen a lot of like sound records that they well, back in days when you used to buy CDs, to test your car sound. A lot of the songs, when I analyzed them in a spectrum analyzer, I saw that they were losing a lot, in the middle range of the spectrum, and they had like this kind of curve. It was insane how high it would go. But yeah, that's me chewing nuts again. Let's have a oh, I'm spitting on my pad. Let's have a little listen to this. This might be the most awkward stream I've ever had. I'll never stream again when I'm hungry. Now we need a break here, clearly. There was some good ideas, alright? So, let's see here. Somebody get Jakob I think someone is tired of me smacking. Uncle Tom, am I getting under your skin? Uncle Tom, if you show me any tendencies of you getting like slightly annoyed, be careful. Don't show me that, because what you're doing is you're feeding into the troll side of me. I just want to keep getting under your skin. I'm sorry. I bet that boom mic windscreen smells nice. Actually, it's okay, because I normally don't eat in my studio. But today, if I hadn't grabbed a bag of nuts or something, my blood sugar would have fallen by now, and I would have become like sweaty and shaky. So I needed to do something. Turned out to be a somewhat interesting episode because of it, but. Uncle Tom, when you're doing it, like when you're writing everything in caps, it makes it even more funny to me. So stop doing that. Don't feed in to the troll in me, please. Hack Attack ASMR. We might do one of those, if I ever do one of those OnlyFans, I'll do an ASMR nut eating, analyzing synth kind of thing. Jakob grabs nut sack, puts in mouth. Okay, I'm clearing that message. I like that message. There's a lot of good things in there. All right. So what this thing needs is a break of a few beats. Maybe as long as four, like 3 4 bars or something like that. 4 bars, 2 bars or something like that. A break where everything goes quiet, or we're doing like a snare roll or something. And someone suggested a reverse gated snare. That's a good idea. Another thing would be one thing that hello Gerald Tur. One thing that would be good would be more bass. I just feel like the bass we have in here right now, it's not doing it for me. I need something deeper, darker, more subby, or maybe I don't. Like, that's the problem with being a bass head. I can't just stop not being that. And so when we don't have that in here, it feels like something is missing. Most of all right now, I just feel like this break here, going from this to that, just we need to do something about this. It can't start like this. It can't start like this. We have to do something here. It goes quiet. What happened there? Come on. I want it more abrupt. Oh, stop recording. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, what if we... Okay, let me think here. Someone said distort tambourine. Yeah, that's definitely gonna add some energy to the track. But we need something else. My autism is actually disturbed by chewing or licking sounds. Really? Oh my god. That is really, really, really bad, especially if you're out eating with people. How do you deal with that on a daily basis? I mean, I'm guessing you don't hang around people that much, but how do you deal with it when you have people around you, Rustic? That would be an interesting thing to hear, actually. I'm very disturbed by people's by smells. Perfume. It doesn't have to be sweat and stuff like that. It's just perfume, some food they ate, and it doesn't have to be garlic. Like, I'm so super sensitive of stuff. I smell stuff like all the time, and it's gotten worse, with time. That my I'm getting more attuned to it, smells around me, and that's one of the bad things about living in an apartment where the ventilation is just really, really bad, and you start getting like smells from other people's apartments, and that is like, for me, it feels like someone is invading my home, and I feel unsafe. Can you imagine that? Like, a smell makes me feel unsafe. It's just, yeah, it's weird. I honestly, I have not found a way to deal with that other than yeah, I haven't found any way of dealing with it. Build up and drop. Yeah, build up and drop. We should do that. A build up and drop. I've stopped smoking, everyone. See, this is something I've never shown you. I never show people in my videos that I've been a smoker for most of my life. And I've struggled with that, trying to stop smoking tobacco. And not only that, I've been using this other type of Swedish product called snus. And I've had a real problem trying to stop with that too. And every time I stopped smoking, it just got worse. So I've been able to stop using drugs. I've been able to stop using alcohol. I've been able to stop using sugar mostly. Okay? And then the last thing that I had left was my tobacco abuse. And I was able to pull down on it, because when I was younger it used to be very, very bad, like a whole pack a day, and you don't feel good after smoking that much. And then I was able to pull it down to maybe like half a pack a day and then less. But whenever I stopped trying to smoke, it didn't work. Whenever I did that, it used to go like a month, and then I went back into it, and I went back into it hard. Really fell into it hard, and I was smoking more than I did before. People with addiction knows kind of about that behavior. Well, 2 weeks ago I got this vape, and this has changed so many things for me. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks without cigarettes, and I vape less than I smoke. And another thing is that I've noticed is I haven't bought snus in ages. The snus is like a I'll show you real quick what it is. It's like one of these boxes like this, and then you have a bag in here, and there's tobacco in it. Now, in many countries you have something like chewing tobacco. This is not chewing tobacco. It's a finer kind of tobacco in a bag. And I've had this box for over a week, and usually when I used to do this hard, I used to need one of these or two of these, no, what is it? Like one a day or one in 2 days, and then I had to buy a new one. It's been a week. I haven't bought one yet. There's still one left in there, and I don't have any urges for it. And I vape less. So the cool thing with this is that you can actually buy a liquid that gives you less nicotine per time, like per liquid. So that's what I'm planning on doing, and in the end I'll be free of it. Before this, I haven't been able to quit, and now I'm finally at a point where it feels so weird, but after smoking for so many years, going 2 weeks without it and not even thinking about it, it feels weird. It feels great. I feel better, It's just such a waste of money and such a waste of health, and God, I wouldn't wish that upon anyone, starting to smoke. It's like the worst. It's like the worst. I hate the tobacco companies. I don't want to help them hurt people, I just absolutely yuck. Well, there's something you didn't know about me. I've never shown that in any of my videos, because I wouldn't want anyone to sit there at home with their child, and then maybe there's a clip in the middle of it where I'm smoking or something like that. I don't want to condone the behavior or anything. So now I'm a fully fledged hipster, just like Doug Woods. I've seen he also stopped smoking, and he got one of these vapes instead. And I've seen Jade Starr do it too. Peer pressure, everyone. No, I'm just joking. It actually made me consider it. Seeing them do it made me consider it instead of smoking cigarettes instead. I forgot what we were going to do. I took Velbutrin antidepressant. Also worked to stop nicotine craving. Still take 300 milligrams daily. Is that like you get that on a recipe specifically for you, or is that something you buy in drugstores? I chose to vape but started smoking again because it sets off the fire alarm. What? The vape sets off the fire alarm? Hey Jacob, I quit smoking 3 months ago, even without vapes. Good luck to you. That's great, man. If you can do that, I'm sorry for assuming that you're a man. You might not be. If you're not, I'm sorry. If you are, then it really doesn't matter. But yeah, it's been the hardest thing for me to do. And the problem with tobacco smoking is everybody knows it's not good, right? Everybody knows that, but somehow it's like normal and a normalized thing in society, and it's becoming less normalized now because you see more and more non-smoking signs popping up all over the world. I'm happy that they stopped smoking indoors in restaurants, in movie theaters that no one really goes to today, but you know what I mean. They've stopped doing it in clubs, even though I never get out. But you know what I mean? You don't see people in Sweden walking around smoking in malls, and Norway has even progressed further with their stuff. They even have people hide their tobacco products in their stores locked behind the door, so you actually have to go out to the counter and, like, in shame ask them, can you open the shame box because I want some shame products, and then they have you pay out of your ass for it. Like, I'm serious, it costs a lot in Norway, and maybe that's the right way to go, because it makes it kind of harder to feel like smoking is normalized. Yeah, it's unnormalizing smoking. And I've also seen lately, in series TV, like TV. I say it's TV series, but everybody watches Netflix nowadays, and Hulu and all kinds of other channels out there that you can subscribe to. And I've seen an increase in tobacco products being used in series and movies. And it makes sense when you're making a movie about a time where everybody used to walk around, like Mad Men. Think about Mad Men. People in the commercial industry, and they're smoking indoors, and it's a series about the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, a time where people used to smoke indoors. It makes sense that they're smoking, right? But some of the stuff I've seen, it doesn't really make sense. It just feels like a tobacco company went out of their way to find someone that would take their money for having their characters smoke. I might be wrong. It just looks like more and more people are doing it in movies and videos. I don't know. Have you seen that? Maybe I'm just noticing more because I'm thinking about it. I don't know. There is so much smoking in shows these days. Yeah, Mr. Fung, that's what I feel too. Vaping weed is so strong. Now that's something I don't do, because I'm drug free and alcohol free since I started with haQ Attack. For me, it's not an option to even try anything like that, because I just can't handle it. Same goes for everything, and I just hope that this will keep me in check, for a little while until I can stop with this too. Because my plan is to not help out the tobacco companies. That's the final plan. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a part of that. And it's one of the hardest thing you can do. And for some people, it's not that hard. But it's been, for me, it's like 20 years or more, with cigarettes. So it's nice to be able not to do that. Horrible times. Well, not horrible times. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I have a great channel that we've been able to build, and we have this livey streamy channel that we're building together. And I keep forgetting to produce music, which is actually what we're supposed to do here. Poor. I don't feel like. It's not poor Jacob. It's more like, God damn it, Jacob, why does it take you so long? Need to do it for you. Look into Velvetrin. I'll do that. I'll look into it. Big ups and respect. Thank you, Dan. I have to go. Manuel, I'm so sorry. Are you leaving because I'm not producing? Is that it? I'm just kidding. Have a nice evening, Manuel, and thank you for showing up. Hope to catch you next time. You need a switch in your head and stop thinking about it completely. I was just scared to continue. Since then, I can do it. Okay, I get it. Vape is excuse to me. Yeah, I get that. I get that it feels like that. But for me, it's just like, it's like when people ask me, people who think that they have problems with alcohol or drugs, they ask me because they know that I stopped. How do you stop? And for me, I said, I decided. I had no choice. I knew what the problem was. The problem was me, and I had no choice, because if I keep doing it, stuff goes to hell. And that's the problem with tobacco for me. Like, if I go and drink, I might end up in a very, 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 very bad evening. If I have a cigarette, it's not going to end up in a really bad evening. That just because of that. That's not what it equates to in my head. If I take drugs, I know how bad that gets. And that's the problem. It's like that tobacco smoking hasn't, even though it's like the shittiest thing you can do to your body, one of the shittiest things, it doesn't have that instant effect like drugs and alcohol has. Like, you start up your morning sober. This has happened to me. And you start up sober one day, and then a few hours go, and you break open your first beer, and then suddenly it's nighttime, and you're sitting on a sidewalk bleeding from your mouth, wondering what the hell happened. you know Worried that you can't remember what happened, stuff like that. That doesn't happen from having a cigarette an evening. So for me, I had no choice. I was also scared. So I get what you mean with being scared. I had no choice. With smoking, nothing like that has ever happened to me. So for me, it's been like this long, slow process of trying to get my brain to understand that I need to stop quitting, because no one can stop anything unless they really, really want to. That's how addiction works. So it's not just a switch that you can flip on like that. Usually you have to have something happening to you, and like you said, you got scared and you used that fear. And that's the thing, I haven't had that fear, from tobacco. Without that fear, it's been hard to stop. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Like, when you have fear, you can use that fear, and when you start listening to that fear, it's very easy to just do something. It's very easy to base a decision on that. I mean, we base decisions of fear every day, and sometimes it's not that good. Sometimes that leads to racism, and other times it might lead to us stopping smoking or stopping drinking, which is good. But you know what I mean? It's like that. Yeah. You might end up with someone else's nuts in your face. Who wrote that? Dan? Is that you? Time for a break, Jacob. A build up and... Oh, yeah, sorry. Add the addiction to the mix and all. Addiction mix. Alright, build up. Let's drill some snares. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's add some snares there or something. Snares, noise. We do have a snare right here. Let's try to use that first. Build that up. We love long build-up and disappointing drops. We love long build-up and disappointing drops. We love long build-ups 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 and disappointing drops. We love long build-up and disappointing drops. That's kind of what music was for a long time there. I hate when they do that, Like, in the old days, when you did a build-up, then you got the hardest, punchiest stuff delivered to you after listening to a long build-up in a club. But now, these kids, they're basically getting... It's like someone is building it up, and they're building up this giant golden like sculpture in front of you, and then when the reveal comes, it's just Ronald McDonald in a shitty car sitting there honking his horn. That's what it feels like, after the build-up comes. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put Ronald in a car honking his horn at the end of that build-up. I want it to be proper. Smacky, smacky, smacky. Oh wait, that's gonna be too little, right? Oh, come on, Jacob. You need to do it better than that. You know what I hate about this? What I really want to do is just fade this instantly, and in Cubase on desktop it would be easy. I would just press plus and then draw an line automation for the volume, and that would be done. But in here I have to open up the automation and do it, and it's like super contrived sometimes. Clown car EDM subgenre? Yeah, maybe. By the way, if you want to listen to some clown music, good clown music, I would definitely recommend Clowncore. Clowncore makes the best clown music. It really feels like someone asked themselves the question, hey, what would it really sound like if clowns made music? They've really gotten it down, you know? Yeah, I love that. Clowncore is the best. Absolute best. Copy. Pasty. Now I have to make this. Don't want to do this. You see, you said this sounds bad. It sounds bad. It sounds bad, and then and now I can't even. I won't even be able to fade this out the right way. You know, it sounds kind of. We should probably. We should probably put distortion on this one to make it more edgy, because it doesn't sound that good, you know. It sounds a bit too flat. So let's add a little bit of Saturn on there, because I love doing it with Saturn. Saturn 2 right there. Heat that up. Come on, a little bit more sat. A little bit more sat. It sounds a bit flat. There ain't enough sat. Sounds a bit flat. And now I would have to automate the volume for this one. This is something I really don't like doing. Wait, what? Did I? Oh, I went into the wrong one. Right there. Okay. Open editor. And where do we have it? Right there. So we need... Right now it's at 1.31. Alright, let's draw this. Put it over there. And... maybe there somewhere. We can draw it a nice little slope here. Oh, come on. Let's do it. No. Oh, come. Yeah, we could put it around there somewhere. What is that? I need to be at 130 something. Oh, come on. Would that work? I don't like this slope. I wish I had like a way of saving slopes or something, you know? Maybe I should raise the resolution a little bit. I could do that. I don't know. Okay, that's too quiet. We need it to be bigger than that. Oh, come on. I didn't just do that. Stop that. Let me draw here. Something like that. I'm showing that. Pete Kowalski. I'm sorry for not clearing that. YouTube keeps blocking out stuff. I'm gonna need a moderator soon, you know, someone who can make sure that stuff gets through when it needs to get through. Needs to get through? I can't even speak properly. Okay, that might be a bit too loud. What am I doing here? What's going on? Oh, wait. Oh, I'm so stupid. Remove that. Just take this 1 point, put it over there. That should do it. So that's louder. We need something more over here right now. Didn't we have... Wait, let me check here. We did bring in some sounds. Nasty, skedaddle, sweepy. Nasty. Apocalypso, alarma. Let's check out that file we did. We did do that thing. We recorded some stuff. You can do it in Twisted Wave. Yeah, I could use something else, you know. You can do this in Twisted Wave as far as copy fade. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's just these are tools that should be inside the DAW, and I just I know I could just switch over to some other app and make it happen. But that's the problem. Sometimes there's maybe a bit too much switching on iOS. Still, after so many years. AUM. Recordings. No, skedaddle was the thing that we recorded. Oh yeah, that's the bass. Yeah, now I remember. Alright. I did not want to end up having to record more sounds. We already have a bunch of sounds. Don't we have anything else that I haven't used yet? We have the sweepy sounds here. Is there any part of that we can use? Yeah, we can use that. Yeah, I know what to do. We'll just move it to another channel that doesn't have that effect on. And we can use that as a sweep. Could work. Could work. Looks like a limp drop. Reverb tail. Yeah, I don't know, Samuel. That is actually quite weird. Okay. We're gonna have to do loads of work on this. We'll duplicate this channel, remove this, and remove this, and remove this, make its own so we can do something with this. We'll put an effect on there instead. Nah. Too much bottom. I'll filter off the bottom. Yeah, Pete, I'm fully aware of that. Hey, listen, 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 listen closely. Go, gone, back, gone, back. As soon as I put my hand on my computer or something else, metal, it goes away because these old buildings don't have proper grounding outlets. So you pretty much have to either pull like a really long extension cord from the kitchen, or you have to ground it in something else, like one of the radiators. And someone told me I should do that at some point, and then I've forgotten about it. Enrique, your iPad Pro will last about 2 to 3 hours tops when doing music, and then the battery will die. I feel like this is too little time. Alright, okay, so Enrique, when you're doing that, when you're using your iPad to make music, how high do you have your light level set? Like the screen backlighting? Because if I put on the screen backlighting and edit, for instance, videos, then my iPad Pro will die in an hour. Okay? Because the graphics processor, for instance, when I'm working on videos, it's going like full time because of how optimized it is for doing just that, and it just completely kills it. While I could have the same full charge and I could work with something like, for instance, Chord Gadget, 10 tracks, then my sessions will run for 5 or 6 hours. It also depends on how heavy the synths are, but do you have it at the full, halfway through at the most, generally? Yeah. I get like, when I pull down, if I'm in the dark in editing or working on videos, and I pull it down to almost where it needs to be dark in the room, but it almost to where it's maybe like a fifth or a sixth of the level, then I can work like that with my iPad for double the amount of time. So usually like 6-7 hours, depending on what I'm using. But if I'm using like AUM and I've got 16 instances of a synth loaded or something like that, the battery dies faster because of how much extra work it does. So it's also depending on that. And I can agree with you, it feels like 6 hours is way too little. Yeah. I've noticed that problem whenever I've been traveled before with my iPad and trying to work with stuff. 3 to 4 hours ain't that long when you really get into it, when you do stuff. And then you have to have like a portable USB battery pack with you or something if you don't have an outlet. Do you have a CCK with a charging option, Enrique? Terrible Peril. Hey, what's up? Yeah, charging dock would work. Yeah, on the go. I get it. I get it. It ain't long. 3 hours ain't long. But when you're on the go, in the worst case scenarios, I usually bring a USB battery with me. But let me just warn you, because if you, for instance, using an iPad Pro, and let's say it's a big iPad, then that is gonna suck a lot of juice out of a USB battery. And if you got like your screen brightness at the highest, then that pulls a sick amount of juice from the battery, and it can actually overheat from that and actually start fire, which is a thing, and you don't want a lithium battery starting to burn or something like that. Oof. You do not want to breathe that stuff. So usually I tell people, like, you shouldn't be using your iPad with a USB battery if you've got the brightness to the fullest and you're doing heavy work. And if you feel like it, doing that, after half an hour, pull out the USB plug from the battery and feel the metal. Because if it's so hot that it will burn you, which, that's happened in my tests, then you probably should just stop using it, because that's dangerous when it's that hot. But a USB battery would work, and certainly if you've got a smaller iPad, then it's even better. Like, this is why I usually travel with my iPad mini too, because it takes less. But I'm gonna need a replacement for that one now, because it's too old. It can only update to iOS 12, and I can't use any new stuff and things like that. Yeah, it's definitely super bad news. I basically use my iPad for recording loops, sampler, Borderlands, and blocks wave into loopy. Otherwise, I don't do much on iOS except for pianos. Rest is hardware. Dimmerbicious. Is that a song name? Rustic? Dimmerbicious? Simmer down, bish. I feel like anything I'm making here is too weak. And I know there are ways of doing it, but I'm kind of... I'm at a point where I have to struggle to actually like the track right now because of how bad that is. Does that ever happen to you? That you're working on something, you liked it, and then suddenly you don't like it because of something giving you a bit of problems. And I know I can solve this, I just don't know exactly what type of sound to use or anything right now. And the problem is I can't just use a synth or anything, because it needs to be experimental, and then we have to pull up AUM again or something. I know what I'm trying to do here. I just don't know exactly how I'm supposed to go about it. I don't think I like the snare for this. That's the thing. I don't like the snare for this. It needs to be faster, quicker. We could try one more thing here. See, pop, 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 pop. Try to do the last 4 quick. Just cut it up like John Wick. What? 64, let's do it like that. Copy. It's probably gonna end up sounding bad. I know what the problem is. This is too long of a sound. And it's the slope. You see this? You see this? It's linear slopes, and I wish Cubase had adjustable slope. Cubases had it just like Cubase. You see, it just starts sounding like machine fire. It doesn't sound good at all. I need to shorten everything here. I need the right type of curve. A linear curve just doesn't cut it. Ugh. Bruh. It sounds bad. It sounds really bad. No. No. It sounds like crap. What the hell is this? This is bad. It's going up too much in volume. We need it to be lower in volume. That's also a trick you can do when you're producing stuff. Usually with a lot of breaks and things, if you slowly decrease the volume on a roll, like a snare roll or something like that for a build up, You decrease it just a few not BPMs, a few decibels towards the end of it. And then when it goes into the push, when it just explodes, then you have that one be at the original volume. It's just gonna feel way more powerful. I used to do that a lot before. I haven't done it in a while because I don't really do much with rolls like this anymore. I think that might be the problem. I kind of forgotten what I used to do. It's probably part of it. I'm part of the problem. I'm part of the problem. ASMR. Hello and welcome to haQ. Today, I'm gonna eat a bag of nuts. Just roll with it. I'm not on beta. Try a break with a long reverb tail on track 5 and then the 4/8 note count in with the kick drum. Long reverb tail on track 5. Alright. Track 5. They're all named so stupidly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. A long reverb on this one. Do you mean like a reverb that goes to on the end of it, or a reverb that is just on there all the time? Yeah, because it dies really quickly, right? Yeah, that's the problem. And I baked this in with a reverb. There is a reverb on here. But we could put an extra reverb on it, actually, with a tail. Maybe we'd have to go back and even reprocess it. That's the problem with me baking it in there. I do realize that. Let's try this. I'm gonna try putting a reverb on it and try making something new. Oh, what? Why can't I hear anything? What? What? I want that tail to really sing out. Come on now. I want that tail to sing out. Longer wall reflection. Let's do that. And if we could raise that, the blend, maybe the dry wet right at that end there, that could work. Yeah. Let's raise that. Let's do something with that. Automate that. Can I find that in here, or do I have to... Oh crap, I have to do it by hand. Oof. Don't want to do that. I miss Cubase so much. I miss Cubase so much. I miss it so much. I miss it so much. Did that work? That did work. Where is it? Oh, okay. Maybe that's a bit too loud, actually. But yeah, let's just try that. So we have a longer wet reverb here now. distorted that. Yeah, I know Vortex. It's just that some of these plugins don't allow you to do that. I can't remember which one it was, but I sat a whole evening trying to record just automation, and it looked like it was recording, but then when I looked in the list, it didn't work. I think it was for some like audio damage stuff or something like that, one of their older plugins. Or if it was from Amazing Noises, I can't remember. It's so annoying, and I'm always hoping that that's not gonna happen. That's why I'm so annoyed. Why I'm so apprehensive every time I'm gonna do an automation thing in Cubase. Plus, that old thing, you know, when you press like undo after recording an automation, back in the days when you did that, oh my god, that could mess up your projects. Like the undo button in Cubase is, back in the day, used to be like, it's like a button for TNT. Every time you press it, something's gonna blow up, and I'm still scared of that. I just pressed it. So it's so weird to me that it doesn't crash when you do that. Really? Yeah, it's there at least. And we need to do something about that. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I pressed undo and then I pressed redo. So did that completely remove it anyway? No, it didn't. Oh, but it did some. Look at this. It did something weird with the volume. I pressed undo and then redo, and it did something weird with the volume. This undo system still doesn't work properly in Cubase. What the hell? Let's just draw it in, you know? Let's just draw it in. Doesn't matter anymore. I just want to get it done. That wasn't very smooth, but just do that. That still ain't right. Dry wet for that, and it should be at the end there, and when it ends it's at what? God. So annoying. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed right now. Stop. Let's just do this. Remove that completely. Oh, I did it again. Loading undo point. There we go. One there and one over here. That's all I want. And let's do it over here. No, stop. I want... It's me. I forget to set the stupid... I want the resolution to be different, and I forget that I can actually fix that, you know? I just want there to be a very, very simple slope like this. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I could have just drawn that in. There we go. There we go. That's more what I wanted. That's way more along the lines of what I wanted. Yeah, something along those lines. And let's put this on here. Where is it? Reamp. I want to heat that up a little bit. Of course it's clear, so there we go. That should be reamp. Oh my god. Can anyone tell I'm not liking this track at all anymore? Stop. I just want to hear. before we put that preamp on there, it basically sounded like a voice, like a closed voice, like more like a ooh sound. And now that we put reamp on there and added some of some heating to the high mid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm getting disinterested because I'm hating this part of the track right now. I'm hating it so much, and it probably isn't gonna help. No matter what we do to this right now, I'm gonna hate it. What I'm gonna have to do is remove this part and redo it some other way, because it's not working, and I'm just absolutely not liking anything we're doing here. It feels like I'm just forcing stuff into it, and it's not. It's not gonna help. Nah. Nope. 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 My brain is melting from this. I'm hating everything. I think I need a break, everyone. I think I need a break. I'm hating everything, and I know that I loved this at some point, but now I'm just hating it. It's frustration talking. You know what I mean? Like when a kid throws a little tantrum, that's what my brain is doing right now. It ain't your fault. It ain't, well, it's my fault probably, but it's not the track's fault. It's just my brain not really being able to work closely with this. So here we come to a problem, because now we've gone into streaming like 1.5 hours with this. And you know, when I sit down and produce by myself, I usually spend between a day and a week on a track myself. And when I mean a day and a week, I'm not talking about 2 hours here. I'm talking about 8 hours that day. That's what I spend working with it, just tweaking stuff. You can imagine that even if my track ends up being just something like a song where I've just put 4 tracks in it, and it doesn't sound like much, most of that time has gone into fine tweaking stuff. And I think that's the problem right here, because through these headphones I haven't, like, it sounds bad to me. I need to fine tweak stuff. So next time we stream, you know, we're gonna try mixing this a little bit instead, because I need this to sound better. Right now everything sounds a bit flat to me, and it doesn't sound tight, and plus I'm hating half of it right now. I don't know how we're gonna solve that break though, but we're gonna have to do something else. Yeah, definitely do something else, because this ain't working. So next week, what is it? Would that work? Would that work for y'all? Like, I'm gonna put up a poll. Yeah, I'm gonna put up a poll again, and you can vote for it, because I'm. Damn it! At least I have a new video coming up after this live stream. At least I have that. Jarek, I ain't feeling it, Jarek. Jack, that you're absolutely right. I'm not feeling this one right now. It's just killing me. And if it wasn't a stream right now, what I would be doing is just close it down and I'd start doing something else. Probably write on the next video or something else. But when you're streaming, you can't just you can't just do that. You gotta find something. You gotta be able to find a nice transition, and that's what I'm not able to do right now. How do I how do I transition from me not wanting to keep on working on this to something else? Do you mean ill like it's making someone sick, or do you mean ill like in sick with SIKK? This is part of the process we are all familiar with. Yes, of course. Of course, I'm so dumb. Yes, of course, many of you must have had this happening to you. Like I have it happening with almost every track at some point, you know? And then you leave it alone and you come back and it's better. It sounds better. I think that's gonna happen with this one too, and I need to. It's just that, yeah, it would be nice to actually finish this. I've never done something like this, you know, streaming with someone, with people in the process where I'm actually making music. So to me, it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, I've sat down and worked with people in studios, but it's different because you have one or two people in the room, or three if it's a band. It might be five. They're sitting there, and they need stuff for you to do, and it's more like a job thing, right? Because you're doing something for them, if you're mixing for them, or if you're recording something for them. When you're making music that you like, that you want to make, that's a personal process, right? I think you know exactly what I mean. And so I ain't feeling it. And I think I'm a bit disappointed in myself, you know. I thought I would be able to get myself out of any type of small hurdle like this, and I just can't, because I'm just me, and that's the way. Let me do this for a little bit. There you can see all of me. You know what I really like about these controllers? I like these rainfalls that they've done. You can turn this off in the settings file when you edit it, but I really like the way that it just rains and stuff is happening on these. You see that? Got these. Yeah, I really like that. Nice little touch. So what am I gonna do right now? Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I don't have it on here, do I? I don't? Oh, I don't have it on here. You know what I want to do one of these streams? I want to find weird instruments. Really weird instruments. Like really weird instruments. I want to do a whole stream with that. Just finding weird stuff and make it so that you can tip me off about stuff, so we can just go through a bunch of weird stuff. I would love to do that. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do similar stuff on Twitch. There are some streams that I sometimes watch. I can't really invest into really long streams where they do these like 10-hour streams, but I can sit down and watch for half an hour. And there's been a few streamers that have done these specific episodes where they find the weirdest things within their genre, you know, depending on what their stream is about. Weird, fun instruments would be one of those things, and I don't care if it's like an electronic instrument or if it is like a conventional instrument, like acoustic instruments. And I mean, some of these instruments might not be weird to some of us because we might have grown up with them. Like I met this guy who once saw a key harp and thought that was the most strangest thing he had ever seen. And I'm like, but that's just the nyckelharpa. It's a key harp. I know what that is. Like, but yeah, I grew up seeing them, you know. If you ever come to Sweden, you have to come around midsummer, and you have to see the weird stuff that we Swedes do here. We put up stuff that look flagpole things with round rings under them. You've probably seen pictures. Kind of looks like a phallic symbol. And then we dance around it, and we sing about little frogs. We put up a smorgasbord, which is, you pronounce it smörgåsbord, And then we do weird games. We do weird games where we run around a stick. Grown people running around a stick, just to simulate drunkenness, which you do not need, because anyone in Sweden knows that if it's midsummer, most people are drunk anyway. You don't need to run around a stick. But then you have other games that you play, like one where you basically get a bunch of, wait, no, that's not, no, that's something weird I used to do when I was younger. That has nothing to do with Swedish Midsummer, by the way. You know what? I don't think I can tell that. That's not safe for work. I think. Maybe I shouldn't tell a story here. Yeah, maybe on my own OnlyFans if I ever start one of those. Uh, like the movie Midsummer. You know the movie Midsummer is kind of like, yeah, kind of, but not really like that, because there's some. That's a very dark way of looking at it. But then again, for some people it might feel like that, but it's not. No, 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 no. Like en hel midsommar, bara svensk midsommar. Like a normal Swedish midsummer. It's basically what you need is rain, because every Swede know that once you set up your table outside, like we do, we set up our tables, we've had the grill on and everything. As soon as the party starts, it always starts that with that stupid rain right around the time everybody's about to sit down, and then suddenly all the party tents fly out, or the food comes flying in, because the host and hostesses, they start trying to save the food, and never fails, always rains on the midsummer. And for us Swedes, we are always thinking about this day as, it's a hot day, lots of sunlight, it's never gray. Wrong. We always remember it wrong. It's always gray outside. There's always rain coming around the time you need to eat. Why do we keep forgetting that? I don't know. It's weird. It's the same in Denmark. No way. Really? $130. Midsommar. Krebsegild. Krebsegild? That sound. Krebsegild. It's not something Swedish. It might be something from another country, though. All the dark and ethnic people got offered for. We don't. Usually in Sweden, if you come to a midsummer party, it might feel a bit daunting, walking into a place where there's a lot of usually white people with white dresses and everything around this weird phallic symbol, and they're singing about frogs. Might look a bit, disturbing. I get that. And then you come in there with your colored friends, like I usually do, and me, I'm half colored. It's hard to see, but I'm half African. Come on. It feels a bit daunting at first, but then you realize that Swedes are they're really soft-hearted. We're all soft-hearted, and as soon as you open up to the culture and everything, they don't want anything else but to have you right there, and they won't sacrifice you to some weird god. They just want to teach you how to sing about frogs and eat weird fishes that smells really weird, because they've been, it smells like they're really, really bad, but they say it's good. It's a delicacy. You know what I've noticed in most countries? Whenever they say that something is a delicacy, it always smells horrible, and it always tastes really, really weird. And I think they say it's a delicacy just so they won't have to throw it away. That's what I think. That's what I think that is. It's like cheese. I can't imagine something worse to eat than cheese. It looks like the bottom of your foot. It smells like the bottom of your foot. It tastes like it smells. Because it's a lie when people tell you, "Oh, it tastes good. It don't smell. It only smells that bad. It don't taste like it smells. It don't taste like it smells." If you don't like the smell, just hold for your nose, and then why? No. What you're telling me, it's basically so bad. I need to somehow cripple my taste by holding over my nose, so that I can force this bottom of a foot into my throat, swallow it, and not puke from it. If you never knew it, I absolutely do not like anything that has to to do with cheese. It doesn't matter what kind of cheese it is. If it smells a little bit cheesy, I run out of there. How did we end up there? I was trying to tell you about rotten fish. My mom says it's rotten fish. What's rotten fish? The most beautiful girl I've ever seen was the cashier for a 7-Eleven in Stockholm. Well, Enrique, do you guys what do you have instead of 7-Elevens, or do you have 7-Elevens where you are, Enrique? I don't even know. I've never been to your country, man. Fuchi, the Fuchi, surströmming. Oh, you're talking. Ugh. Okay, you're talking about surströmming. Now that's a delicacy, surströmming. By the way, if you there's this guy called his name is Ian. He's running a channel called iDubbbz, and he once made a video about how he loves surströmming. Actually, he named the episode "I Hate Swedes," and I get the joke because I saw the entire. By the way, he before you go and search for that, I need to give you a vomit warning, because iDubbbz he can be a really nasty guy, and there's vomit in there. So if you're sensitive to that stuff, don't watch his videos. It's not like it's just one of. What do you think about me? You think I would watch someone vomit for 2 hours? That's not what it is. But there's one point in there where he vomits. I just want to make sure that you know that, so you don't come back to me, get angry with me for recommending stuff where people are vomiting. Okay? I'm not fond of vomiting either, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny considering what he's talking about. And it is a jar of surströmming. And when that jar looks really. Ooh, yeah. There's this other video online with 3 Danish guys trying to eat one of those jars. It's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen, because their reaction is exactly the way I react. And just Google same thing there. There's warning about vomit. That's usually something I whenever you're talking about surströmming, there's gonna be videos with vomit in it. I'm sorry to say, it is a Swedish delicacy, but all countries have that. Every country has something. In Japan they have a kind of a fermented bean paste or something. I think it's called natto or natto. I can't remember, but it's the same thing. It's a fermented thing. And anything that is fermented for me is very, very hard to swallow. Kimchi, like my partner, she loves kimchi. But every time she opens up a jar, I tell her, honey, why, like, you love that, right? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, but every time you open that, it's literally as if someone walked up to you, grabbed you by the hair, pulled you down towards to their butt cheeks, and then just sharted right into your face, like that. Am I being disgusting? Maybe, but that's what it feels like. And she's like, yeah, but it's not that bad. And I'm like, yes, it is that bad. It's interesting how different we are when it comes to taste and smells, but to me, it's I can't. I just can't. Sticky beans natto. Is that it? Same here. I'm not into fermented food or alcohol in general. The puking makes it more funny. Pete Kowalski. Okay, so we got some puke lovers in here. That sounds really bad. What's happening to this channel? What's happening to my channel? We've lost so many viewers because of this. We only have 22 viewers now. All right? Usually we have about between 30 to 40 viewers, or up to 50 sometimes when it's a really interesting topic, which I never really know what that is for anyone. But now we only have 22. I think it's all the vomit talk. I think that says more about us than it says about them. Just an interesting thought there. Honey, click the like if you're digging. Yeah, yes, Please do that. Or please, I don't want to beg. Click the like. Just tap it. Tap the like. I don't know if you're on computers or if you're on iOS right now. Just tap it, click it, whatever. I was thinking, it's getting nasty here. I'm sorry, Adam. I'm sorry, man. Or I don't know if you're a man. I keep saying that, but I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to offend anyone by assuming someone's gender. Sauerkraut, surkål. We have that in Sweden too. Germans aren't the only ones that eat that. A lot of people, like, that's something my partner, she loves the fermented farty smelling food. Oh my god, she's gonna have my head. Ah, she's gonna. I hope she's not listening to this part of the stream. You know. Not necessarily, Adam. I mean, today people are using names any way they want, and I think that's pretty cool too. I mean, that you can use any name. When I was younger, the most common unisex name that people were using was Kim. That was very, like, in Sweden we say Kim, but it's the same name, Kim, and you could use that for any gender, you know. And when I was little and I grew up, I once had a lady try to take not from me, but take a bike from a girl or a boy, I can't remember. A lady tried to take a bike away from a child. And we had to stop that lady because we didn't understand what the hell she was doing. Why are you taking the bike away from the boy or girl? I can't remember. But she said that whatever gender that boy or girl was, that gender, she didn't think that was its bike because of the gender and the color of the bike. I hate that shit. So whenever it comes to names or colors or anything, you know, anyone should be able to use anything. And so far, Adam has been a man's name, but maybe in the future we'll find women named Adam too. I mean, a name is a name, and we make the names into what they are. I mean, I make Jakob into what Jakob is, and you make Adam into what Adam is, and it doesn't matter what your gender is. That's what I feel like. It really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. We make our names ourselves. We get it from our parents, but we make our names ourselves. Fair enough. Kimchi. Yeah, that's a good name, by the way. Kimchi. That is a good name. Kimchi is a good name. I just had to suppress a thought. I have a really bad sense of humor sometimes. I'm sorry I wasn't able to continue, you know, making this track. And we're gonna get back to it somehow. I'm just not feeling it, and I'm sorry for that. I hope I haven't disappointed too many of you, but you know, it's bound to happen at some point, and to me it happens all the time, you know. Just becoming uninterested in some stuff that I'm producing. Either way, what I want to say is that I'm gonna have to go soon, and I want you to keep an eye on my main channel, my first channel, my main channel, Jakob haQ, because I'm gonna put out the video real soon on that channel. It might be within an hour, as soon as I just turn off this stream. Yeah, pretty much. I think the food might be ready now. I have to go, so I'm gonna start packing it up here like I normally do. I want to thank everyone for joining up, and like, again, I'm sorry I didn't finish what I was gonna do because of me losing interest. Feels a bit shitty. Don't feel good. But at least you get to see me put some nuts in my mouth. That's a nice thing, right? And I didn't even have to start an OnlyFans for that. Like, we can do that if you want that. If you want me to put nuts in my mouth on this channel, that's a regular thing we can do. I'm gonna post a picture of my nuts in Discord. I hope I'm not gonna need a moderator. I'm scared what that means. Okay, I'm really scared what that means right now. But yeah, remember everyone, I do have a Discord, and ooh, like once a week, I have Sasha keep telling me, Jacob, don't forget about your Discord, you doofus. Where have you been? You've been away for several days, and I'm like, oh crap, I do have a Discord. I'm so sorry, but I do have a Discord, and I try to go in there and I try to have conversations and answer stuff. So you can find a link to the Discord down in the description, where you can also find a link to my Instagram, where I do want you to follow me and my nuts. I mean, I'm reading about someone's nuts. About someone's. Never mind. Go follow me on Instagram. Do not follow me on Facebook. Do not follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. You know, that's where I want people to follow me. And if you have an Instagram, then you're probably putting up some cool stuff. You know, maybe you bought something, a new app. Maybe you're using a new app. Maybe you've got a new MIDI controller. I want to see stuff like that. You know, tag me, talk to me over there. Force me to engage Instagram more. That's all. So thank you so much for joining up this nut fest. And if nothing goes wrong, I'll see you next time. What's happening over here? What's going on? What's what what's going on? Stop. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. And that's it. This is the end. This is the end of the live stream. Now, if you want to go, you can go. Otherwise, you can keep watching it, because you know me. I keep talking until I actually turn it off. And first, I gotta put this together, right? And then, of course, I need this thing over here. Ugh. Right. I'm really looking forward to putting out the video I've been working on. I mean, it's about Agonizer synth. Kind of fits perfect now that it is on sale, because Kairos did. By the way, all of Kairos' apps are on sale, if you didn't know that. And if you're wondering about any other apps to buy, apart from, of course, Agonizer synth, then I would say a full version of Drum Computer. Get that now while you can, if you can't afford getting it normally, because it for some people it can be really costly. Drum Computer is a beast, absolute beast. It's also very heavy, but it's a beast. So if you're wondering what to get apart from Agonizer, again, get Drum Computer, absolutely, the full version of Drum Computer. When is Kai publishing something new? I can't tell you that, Enrique. I can't. I know about something, but I cannot tell you because of how secret that is. I've been testing some stuff and trying to help him out with some things, and yeah, I cannot tell you when that is. But what I can tell you is that I'm still testing out the iPhone version of Agonizer, and I really need it to be at top-notch condition. Like, I need it to be really bug-free before we put it out there. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but yeah, I need to be as thorough checking out bugs for that one as I was with Agonizer Synth itself, you know, the first one. So yeah, that's enough of a teaser. Yeah, you'll even see it in the new video when I put it out. You'll see me actually do that thing with, you know. Right. Is that on sale? Yeah, Drum Computer, I think that is still on sale. I think it is. Normally it's about $30, $35, $40 or something like that, and I think it's half price during the sale. I can't say for sure right now, I don't know, but Kairos is gonna run his sale for until Saturday at least, I think, or I think it stops on Monday. So I think it's, because now it's Wednesday, so his sale is gonna be like Thursday, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday it's over. I think a lot of these companies are gonna run their sales for that long. I'm not sure. It's an IAP, so you can test. Yeah, exactly. You can test out Drum Computer first, and if you want the full version, you basically yeah, as soon as you want to go into the preset list and do some stuff, it's gonna ask you like, hey, buy the full version. Then you're gonna get prompted. That's when you pay. But you can download it for free. Like, yeah, it's a freemium hard app, so free to download, but you have to pay for the premium stuff. So if you want to use it as an AUV3, for instance, I think that's part of the IAP, basically. I don't know exactly when they started doing that. Oh my god, that is so hot. Jesus, that's what I'm talking about. Like I talked about earlier. That's really hot, and I've pulled down the light on my iPad here, and this is from a charger, and I think I'm using like a 10 watt. 10 watt? I got the wrong one. No, I've used the wrong one. That's why it's so stupidly hot. Wow. I got another one about 15 or 12, I can't remember. Yeah, pretty much it. Alright, so I'll see you next time, and I didn't put up the poll yet, and I didn't ask for stuff. You know what? I'll put up a poll either this evening or tomorrow, so just come back and check the community tab here, and I'll try to switch out the poll also over at Discord as soon as I can. But I gotta focus on eating first and then putting out this new video. I'm really looking forward to that, because it's about the design, for Agonizer, and going into that, you're gonna be able to see pictures and screenshots of Agonizer from the absolute beginning, where it started, and transitions it went through before it became the Agonizer that you know today, which is a really interesting story. And there's some weirdness in there too. I found something out when I talked to Kai, and it's so confusing. Yeah, I've teased enough. You know what? I'm gonna end the stream, and I'm not gonna troll you. I'm actually gonna count down. So if you're with me right now, I'm counting down